The year is 1841, and England is in the throes of many social and political movements. One such movement raging through the country was against the recreational use and sale of alcohol. The movement would grow to be known as the Temperance Movement. Whilst the movement was universal in appeal, its most fervent supporters were women, who, perhaps spurred on by a religious zeal or maybe purely by social reasons, campaigned tirelessly for the total abolishment of alcohol. Whilst health factors were cited in the campaign, the real source of grievances was the antisocial behavior that resulted from drunkenness. Domestic violence became a central point in the message of the Temperance Movement campaigners. Among those in support of the movement on religious grounds was a young Baptist preacher named Thomas Cook. Thomas Cook, who was 20 years at the time, was very much involved in the campaigns and would attend the rallies held across the country. It was during the planning one such rally scheduled for the 1st of June of the same year that Thomas would get the opportunity to arrange his first ever group tour. Thomas organized the journey from Leicester to a town called Loughborough, 11 miles apart, for the group of 450 Temperance Movement participants. As part of the package, participants got a return journey by train for the princely sum of 1 shilling. This was during a time when travel was primarily done by horseback or horse-drawn carriages. But due to the numbers in question, Thomas had to make use of a mode that could accommodate the huge numbers. To his advantage, the Midland Counties Railway had just opened a recently completed rail line connecting much of the Midlands. Thomas took full advantage of this and organized what is probably the first group tour by train in the world. Whilst the journey was merely 11 miles, it represented a huge leap in what became the foundation of group travels for centuries to come. Whilst Thomas did not get much in the way of a profit for his troubles on the first excursion, he did not have to wait much longer for another chance to organize another excursion by train. This time, purely for leisure, he organized a tour from Leicester to Liverpool just a month after the Loughborough trip. Perhaps sensing a business opportunity, Thomas began to organize more excursions with increased frequency and to far-flung destinations. In 1846, he would arrange the first rail excursion across a border when he took 350 people on a tour from Leicester to Scotland. This would mark the truly commercial enterprise side of the young Thomas Cook, as he would follow it up by arranging a trip for more than 150,000 people to the Great Exhibition in London. In just 5 years, Thomas had gone from arranging trips for his fellow temperance campaigners as a public service role, to arranging commercial tours for almost the entire population of his hometown. However, Thomas was not content with just local tours, and in 1855, he would arrange his first foreign excursion when he took 2 groups on a grand circular tour of Europe. With stops in Belgium, Germany, and France, this would set the stage for international travel agency that set the template for what is now the world standard for travel. For this reason, Thomas Cook is highly regarded as one of the pioneers of mass tourism. By the 1870s, Thomas Cook was now a household name in the travel sector, and in 1872 he would partner with his son, John Mason Andrew Cook, to form Thomas Cook & Son. The company would continue well after Thomas Cook's retirement and eventual death in 1892, and survived for another century to become a global travel leader in the world. Sadly, in 2019 the company would cease to operate, bringing to a close more than 150 years of rich travel heritage.